Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Oops. We got a real good second round matchup here. Two 1-0s, Juan and Q. Today I'm going to be joined by my friend Preston Blitzer. You guys might know him as Pastorian. Is that correct?
No.
No?
It's Taiga on the forums.
Oh, say that one more time, Preston. My speaker's cut out.
Taiga.
How do you spell that?
Tigao.
Oh, you played PC Gamer Pirate last round.
Yes,
Oh,
yes
sorry.
I did.
I don't know. Pastorian just followed me the same day you messaged me to want to stream, so I figured you guys were the two same guys, but I guess my bad. All right.
Oh, it's all good.
So we got Juan and Q, two 1-0s. I'm guessing. God damn it. Unless you know who's who. Preston, let me check it really quick. I think Juan's running the Dash Jan, because I've seen him play it before. Let me just double check. I
think Q's running the A-Wings.
Yeah. Yep. So, I've said it before, I'll say it again, this Dash loadout is so insanely popular. I would say at least 20% of the squads in this tournament are that exact same loadout, which is unreal. And I believe I did Juan's round 1 game, which was a pretty good one too. It came down to it, but he ended up winning just barely. He had Dash down to 2 or 3 health, and he pilots this really well. He plays kind of an unconventional game, and you'd think it'd kind of be easy to lock down that Hawk 290, but with that engine upgrade, it actually is like surprisingly risky, and it kind of gets away from you. So, looking at these two matchups right now, Preston, if you're playing, you have to pick one to play against the other. Just going by on paper, which one would you think you'd rather go with here?
Well, seeing as I just started playing A-Wings once Rebel Aces came out, I'd probably run with the Dash list. But I feel like the A-Wing list with the Proton rockets is going to melt through that 2400 pretty fast.
Yeah.
Especially with the higher pilot skills like Jake and Tycho.
But the big thing is, who has initiative? I don't believe...
I do not know. I guess we're going to find out.
We'll find out, but you'd have to think if you're either one, you'd rather give up initiative because of the Pharrell-Dash matchup. I think you want to move last in that situation no matter what, because if you're Pharrell, you want to see where Dash is going, use your maneuverability to try to get to range 1, and concurrently, if you're Dash, you want to try to get outside of that range 1.
And the Jan Or's Tycho, they're stepping on each other's toes too with the pilot skill.
Yep. So yeah, I think you definitely want to give it to the other player in this matchup.
Looks like we're going to find out who has the initiative pretty soon.
Yeah. And yeah, if you're the A-Wings, it's all about getting to that range 1, avoiding that HLC and getting off those Proton rockets. That's going to be the difference, that initial first turn. But he's only got the 1 Proton on Tycho, so want to protect Jake and Tycho. I feel like if Gemmer and Proto go down, you're not too concerned. But late game, if it comes down to Jake or Tycho against Dash, if you don't have initiative, I think I'd take the A-Wing in that situation, because I think they're maneuverable enough to be able to stay within that range 1 of Dash. We saw one game like that earlier. It was just a lone Saber Squadrons push the limit going against that exact... It actually wasn't that exact Dash loadout. He did not have the engine upgrade. And that was the difference.
Saw that game.
Yes. So, going to be interesting to see if it comes down to that. Is that A-Wing going to be able to stay within that range 1? I've yet to see a game quite like that, so...
If he plays it right, it shouldn't be as hard as we think. But with that engine upgrade, it's going to be pretty hard at the same time.
But he is limited to going those either one bank or one straight or two straight if he's going to be pushing the limit. So it's not exact. He's not going to be able to throw any big moves out there that are really surprised. You're pretty much doing a tube green with the A-wing and on it good. But yeah, especially with dash, and that he's able to just move right onto those asteroids, then barrel roll right off him. It makes it a lot more tricky chasing him around with the A-wing.
Especially with Jake Farrell, if he hits one of those debris clouds, then all of his tricks are out.
Yep. But I would say, if it was me, if I'm running the A-wings and I'm going against Muon and he has initiative, I think I'd rather take Jake in the end game because he can barrel roll and boost as opposed to Tycho. Even though Tycho can do the 3 left banks and 3 left turns, I don't know. That'd be interesting to see. Who would you rather have on that? Would you rather go with Tycho with a slightly better dial or Farrell with the barrel roll ability?
I'm not sure. I feel like depends on if Tycho has used his rockets or not. If Tycho's launched his rockets, then I'd go with Jake, but if he still has them, then Tycho's definitely a better bet.
Ooh.
So it looks like Q has the initiative.
Yes, looks like it certainly does, and Muon decides to go for it right at the beginning. He's hoping he's going to get a little range 3 shot on that debris through Gemmer. That hurt if you're Q. You really don't want to trade shots your A-wing against his HLC dash.
No.
Dash so good in those asteroid fields. So hard, even though his A-wing's kind of running a loose formation, so hard to chase through there, even with their maneuverability, when he can just go right through them. Barrel roll, boost off. That Kyle Katarn is such an awesome card. You just get a free focus just for clearing that stress.
Yeah, I've tried running Kyle on the Falcon with Push the Limit, Lando Calrissian, and the Falcon title. You get a lot of tokens with that.
Ooh, and he's just outside. So Q catches a break there, I think.
Oh yeah. Especially with the 5 dice with Jan's boost.
Yep. Could have seen him get melted right there.
It's definitely potential for some crits to go through.
So if you're... I think I like Q in this situation a little bit better, because now that A-wing dial, the 5 straight green, I would not be surprised if you see an all 5 straight right here with every single one. And Gemmer, you might even 5 straight and might even see him boost to try to action deny dash. In my experience playing against this dash loadout, and he's got the push the limit in Kyle, that's really your best bet. It's just trying to action deny the crap out of him and prevent him from, you know, either target locking or boosting barrel rolling and getting away from you. And I feel like, I mean, you almost know what he's going to do. He's doing 1 left bank, 1 right bank, or 1 or 2 straight. And really, Gemmer's lined up in the way that he's got a great opportunity here to potentially block any one of those moves. So you're in a bit of trouble here if you're Muon, I think.
Yeah, because we all know he's about to do a... not that familiar with the 2400 dial, but I'm pretty sure his only greens are the same as the Falcon, right?
Well,
the 1 banks, 1 straight, and 2 straight.
Yep.
So he's probably going to do a 1 bank to the right, and he's going to try and barrel roll back towards Jan if I were him.
Yeah, that would be my guess too. Unless he really thinks that Gemmer is going to go for it and he decides to get frisky and just do like a 4 straight or a 3 right bank, but that would be incredibly risky to just keep
To
that
just
stress on
ditch
there.
your actions.
Yeah. But the way I look at it, he's probably going to get action denied anyway, so
Might as well
still,
shoot.
that would be so... That would be a gamble to do that.
Would you do it if you were him?
Well, that's the thing is like, when you're playing this game, it really is a lot of playing your player. In my round 2 matchup, I made a critical error where I thought I was looking at a spot with, I was running my Chirano Vesseray, and I felt like he was going to guess that I was going to K-turn with Vesseray, so he was going to fly away to try to avoid a shot, and so I did a 3 left turn, and I guessed wrong, and so, you know, I think watching these log files, trying to get all the information that you can, knowing what kind of a guy you're playing against. Is he a risk taker, or does he kind of... And Juan's an unconventional player. He really is, but even that would be... That would be out of the elements. I mean, that would just be really going for it, but... If I was him, I don't know. I think I wouldn't, because I think you got to clear that stress, and yeah, I feel like he's at least going to have a shot at the Proto. I felt like even if the Proto did a 5 forward, I still think he's going to get a shot at him. But in any event, Q has really set himself up nicely here. I feel like he predicted exactly what Moana's going to do, go into those asteroids, and now he's just set himself up about as good a position as he can. Anyone watching the stream, don't mind this little thing. It's just a little side project I got going on, so don't worry about it.
After seeing how slowly that Proto moved up, I'm wondering if he's going to even try and block with Gimmer. No, it doesn't look like it.
Ooh, well, he only goes 4 forward.
It's not as ambitious as a blocking move would be.
Yeah, now he would have to boost if he wants to go for it. But I feel like you have to. I think you don't want to let that dash get away from you. But maybe he feels like dash is going to get a shot anyway, so I guess maybe he doesn't really care and he just wants to save the actions. But, I mean, if dash goes 1 right, you know he's going to barrel roll at least, and then he's going to put that debris field between you, and it looks like all your pilots would have to shoot through it. And he's going to boost and focus, so it looks like he is going for the block.
I have a strong feeling we're going to see a lot more A-Wings coming up. Just in my local area.
Yeah,
I went to a tournament
the
this
Rebel Aces
weekend.
really changed everything. Not only the
They
chart
really-
and refit, but the Proton
Even-
rockets too. 2
yeah.
upgrade cards that just so much more flexibility.
I ran A-Wings for the first time this weekend, and I got annihilated by Nira Dantales with 2 sets of advanced proton rocket
wow.
advanced proton torpedoes.
Yeah.
I made 1 wrong move with my E-Wing, and I was on the line, range 1, and got blown up. It was bad. I have a feeling we're going to see her a lot, too.
Yep.
Especially with the flechette control.
Yeah, the flechette control is an interesting thing, because it's like, there was a discussion on Reddit, is it really so much better shooting at a Whisper or Echo? But I feel like it is, because what's the move you usually see a Phantom do? Well, it's the 1 left turn, right? So the only green they have is the 2 left bank or 2 or 3 straight. So just doing that, I feel like, really could put him in a bit of a tough spot. So yeah, I think you will see the flechette quite often on them.
And then even pairing her up with Eden Vril once he comes out, that'd be
Yeah.
pretty nice too.
Yep.
Pretty much annihilating the range 1 penalty with the 2400. I wonder what Jake's doing over there.
Well, I don't know if I'm crazy about that move because it, obviously he's basically doing that to, in case he feels like Dash is gonna do a 3 right bank or like a 4 straight, but now you're not giving yourself a shot, and Dash probably isn't gonna be able to shoot him either. But I think I would have just rather hung him back and not boosted.
Yeah, and his before the boost, he was in a good position. I did not expect that move at all. So now Jake's actually in the best spot. So everyone's getting a shot on Dash this round. I wonder if Jan is debating whether or not to focus or boost.
I think pretty sure she's got a shot at range 2. It's close, but I think she's good, so I think I'd just call a focus.
Well, I think she focused last round and Moldy Crow still got some focus left. I just wonder if she wants to shoot at Gemmer or try and go for Tycho.
Oh, yeah.
Or the Proto to focus fire. Yep, went for the boost.
Yeah. The only thing about that, though, now is that if she spends her... Obviously, she's going to burn 1 on the blaster. If she spends 1 more on offense or defense, then bumps next turn, or is forced to do a non-green move, And she's not. She's essentially going to be useless next turn, other than her boost to dash. Blaster's going on Tycho, and she spends the other focus, so now she's out. Gets 3 hits.
And that was obstructed.
Yep.
Oh, jumped the gun.
Yeah. So now what? Now that attack is nullified. That hurts.
Yeah, that's a real pain once you get those 3 hits.
Yep.
They're for nothing. Wow, he got lucky.
So 3 hits. Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna really hurt with those two or three more shots coming back at him.
Crit and a hit.
So now she does have 1 focus for next round.
She will have 1. And gonna take 1 here.
Not a good roll.
He's got the Predator, though. Oh, but he forgets about the Predator. Ouch, that hurts.
Yeah. It's not a move you want to be making right now with that kind of a shot.
No.
He could have stripped his shields right there.
Yeah.
Man. That's disappointing. Rolling 5 dice without a focus.
Yeah, not getting those action boosters. I learned that playing with Echo a lot when I first started playing with it, is that even when you roll a lot of attack dice, if you don't get those action boosters, the focuses, the target locks, you're still not going to get big hits. Like, not getting those, they're crucial. They really are.
Mm-hmm. I've also found that with defense dice. Phantoms, extra 2 agility are usually nothing without a focus.
Exactly. So I was semi-AFK. It looks like Dash ended up doing a 2 right turn. Is that correct?
I think, yeah.
Look back.
No, I think it was a 3. It was a 3 right turn.
Yep. 3 right turn. Well, I don't know. In hindsight, is that the right move? Because he would have bumped. I think it is, because I don't think he would have had a shot on that proto. I think that proto would have been at range 1. It would have been close.
It seems like it was the only move right now, but if you rewind back to the beginning of the activation phase, or the beginning of the planning phase, there might have been some better options.
Now who'd you go for with the proto? I think I'd go at Jan if it was, yeah. Jan still got 1 focus in the bank. Gets 1. Ooh, she spends it. Yeah. Jan's so valuable. She's in a spot here, though.
Too early to start taking hits.
Yeah.
When you could evade them.
Well, Juan's not in a bad spot. He's still going to have Jake right on his tail. I mean, I think you're going to see Jake on him just like a Rottweiler chasing him around for the rest of this game now. Tycho's probably going to stay on him too. But Jammer's kind of in a bad way. And the proto, I don't see what the proto can do that isn't a bump. Maybe a 3 right bank, but then he probably wouldn't get a shot because then Jan would bump him. And he could go for that. Like, I just bump Jan, don't give her a focus, and then she can't shoot. So you might actually see that. But what do you do with your Jammer? You got to do a 2 left turn and just to clear the stress and potentially have a shot against Dash. And that would not only land you on that debris field, but then going off it the turn after, you might also have to pick up another stress as well for going off it. And so, not getting any actions. And when you run and push the limit, you don't get to burn both of them. That hurts. So, he's in a spot. What do you do with Jammer here now, you think? Might just go right.
Yeah, I was thinking go right and then just disengage and wind back up for a better shot. Because going in that debris field and crashing is just kind of like short game thinking.
Yeah.
If he wants to play it smart, I'd go right and try and boost out of there. I would try and bump Jan, though, with that prototype. Just crash into the back of Gemmer. I really think Dash is in a tough spot right now, though, with that stress and Jake right behind him.
Yep. Feel like probably going to see him go right. 1 right bank, and then a barrel roll to the right, because Tycho cannot do any sort of right move without going over that debris field. He could go 2 straight and then boost right and potentially have a shot, but I don't know if that would get him into range 1. You might see Dash actually 1 right bank, barrel roll right back as possible, then boost right, I think, is what you might see. That's what I would do, I believe.
I feel like Tycho's going to risk it and go through that debris field.
Yeah, and it's such a game of just cat and mouse at this point, because that's pretty much what happened to me. I got into a situation like that where I had to guess left or guess right, and I guessed left and I was wrong, and that was pretty much the game. So, I mean, if Tycho goes right and Dash goes left, I think if Dash goes left, barrel rolls left, then boosts or locks Tycho. Well, now if you're Tycho, you're stressed. You don't get an action,
Well,
Boosted by
Tyke,
Jan, that's going to be a 5-on-3 with a focused target lock attack. So that would be big potential to one-shot Tycho in that situation.
you gotta remember though, Tycho can still do actions when he's stressed.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. I'm not thinking. Yeah, so never mind that. Yeah, so in that case,
The
yeah,
Breefield's no biggie.
yeah, no
You just
big
gotta
deal
worry
at
about the
all. He probably
crit.
will just run over it. Actually, now that I bring that to attention. The Juan set. He was thinking about it with Tycho. Now it looks like he's ready to go. He plays it safe with the Protoss. Goes for the 2 straight. Yeah. I think that 3 right bank would have cleared. I'm kind of surprised he did that. Maybe he just wanted to make sure he got a
Looks
shot
like he's
on
gonna
Dash.
have both of them run blocking.
Oh yeah, well now he does that with Gemmer, so maybe that was his frame of mind, is that he can just block with Gemmer. But if Jan goes 2 straight, that might clear. Or then she'd probably be on the debris field, possibly. Ooh, that'd be close.
If she's off it, she's just off it. I feel like Mulan was a bit too aggressive with Dash.
Yeah, he was hoping to rush out there and get that HLC shot. And he almost did, to give him credit, but yeah, then he ended
Yeah.
up paying for it for the next turn.
I haven't really played the YT that much, so I'm not 100% sure how it plays. But from my observations, it seems like with the HLC, what did Jake just do?
5
5
forward.
forward.
So it looks like he's guessing Dash is going left. So that's one of those moves
That's a
where,
risky move.
yeah, that's a move where you're a genius or you're a moron. Because if Dash goes right, now he's really going to pay for it. He's going to focus barrel roll back left, then boost right. So
He's
put him
either
in basically the same basically the same position with that. No, ooh, I don't like that now.
no, he should have stayed where he was.
Yeah, should have stayed there and. Oh, that's not because I mean Dash won't be able to shoot him from that position, but he's probably not going to get a shot either, no matter where
Yeah.
Dash goes now. So.
But if Dash one banks, let's say to the left, there's a chance he could barrel roll back and get Jake in range.
Yeah. You barrel roll left, back. And even if that doesn't do it, then he could maybe boost left. Ooh, he's going right.
Also, Jake, well, he's gonna have to get off that rock to shoot, but Jake's gonna be in range.
Yeah.
He focused.
No, he gets the focus for Kyle.
Oh yeah, for Kyle. I wouldn't push the limit at this point just so you can hard turn out of there and keep your actions. I'd just barrel roll and call it that. But back to what I was saying about the Outrider. If you're playing HLC on it, it seems like you have to try and stay out of range and let everyone come to you so you get the most out of your cannons.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, and that's why you see this loadout is so insanely popular, because not only can this ship barrel roll, but now you throw the engine upgrade on there with Push the Limit, and even with those even though it can only do 1 banks and 1-2 straights for greens, still incredibly hard to stay on with that range of ability. And then you throw Kyle in there or two, you're getting that free focus for your attack boost every turn. I mean, look at those big ship barrel rolls. They cover so much ground.
Yeah, it's one whole range movement.
Yeah.
Once you barrel roll to each side. So do you think Push the Limit's better on Dash or Veteran Instincts?
Well, I had a brief discussion with Paul Heaver about this, if I could name drop, just quite briefly. I just asked him a couple of questions, and he was talking about how with Dash, actually, you kind of don't need that engine upgrade if you throw Vet on, because then he's going to move last. So yeah, it's kind of the either or. Like you, I've never played with the YT, or actually, I've played a couple of games actually, but I've never ran that HLC. I've just gone with the lone Wild Space Fringer with a Ion actually, so not really having to worry about getting outside to range 3. But the thing is, with the meta, you know, Whisper and Soontir are still pretty popular. So any 9 pilot skill ship you're gonna have, you're probably gonna, you know, any guy who runs Whisper just about is usually gonna be at 99 or 98 points, you know, to try to get that initiative bid. So you're usually gonna be moving last. So if it was me, I'd say I'd probably go with the engine upgrade, but I don't think Vet's really a bad call either.
I feel like if you play either one right, like if you play either one smart, it'll work out for you.
Yeah. Tycho's gonna boost, no doubt.
If he can.
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Nope.
And that hurts bad.
Yeah, now Tycho's in a really bad spot.
Now I think you just gotta focus evade and hope for the best. Oh, he's gonna boost left.
I feel like Q's messing up right now, giving Dash some breathing room.
I don't really like that boost left, because I think Dash is still going to have a shot.
Yeah, with the HLC, it doesn't matter if it's range 3 or range 2.
Oh, and Jan clears with the 1 left bank.
That's bad. That's real bad.
Now you're in a bad way if you're Q. You've got no shots on Dash other than Gemmer, and maybe your Proto at range 3. And you're going to take some from Jan right here.
If Dash is just in range of that prototype, then that prototype's about to get messed up. Who would you shoot if you were Jan? Gemmer or the prototype? I feel like it's got to be the prototype.
But Gemmer is so much more valuable, and if you're going a 3-on-4 with a focus, and then a 5-on-4 with a focus, I think that's probably a kill shot.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the Proto also has a range 1 shot as well. So he goes for the Proto, he gets him for 2, and yeah, now you gotta think Dash is gonna try to finish him. He doesn't want Jan to eat that range 1 shot.
Yeah, you gotta protect Jan as long as you can at this point. So it looks like he went for the prototype. And he got the prototype down to 1 health. So safe to say the prototype's about to die.
Now the question is, though, do you even bother boosting with Jan? He is gonna. I don't know. A 4 attack with a focus against a 3 unmodified.
Yeah, he boosted it. Yeah, I would not. You might as well not even spend the focus with that. And that's a dead prototype.
But now Jan's in a bit of a tough spot because she basically has to go over that debris field no matter what. And she's going to double stress, so she's not going to be able to boost next turn. But at this point, I think I'll take that. Juan's looking pretty good. And Gem gets nothing. Ooh. Well, still got your 3 best ships. You've only lost 1 health on Tycho, but I mean, looking at it situationally, like what if Jammer goes, you know, a 2 right anything, hitting that, or a 3 right anything really is hitting that asteroid, so no action there.
If he goes right at all.
But I think you got it to stay on dash. I mean,
Yeah, you're definitely risking your actions and possibly damage. And then at that point, you're probably going to be in range of Jan, because I think she still has a focus. And possibly dash if he gets far enough away.
Ooh, but you know, dash. I don't think Dash can 1 right bank there. I think he's got a 2 right turn, so.
No, he's definitely got a turn.
Yeah. So if you're Gemmer, you could just 3 right bank and say, alright, I'm just going to fly over the asteroid, but I can get to range 1 of your ass, so I'm just going to take that. But because I was saying maybe he could just go left and just run away and get away, not take any shots, then regroup and come back. But I think if it was me, I'd go for it and stay on him, because Jan and Dash are stressed. I really did not like that move he did with Jake and Tycho. I felt like those were two. I didn't like either of those moves at all. Good lord, we have 4 other games going on right now. Well, Mark and Shifty is just about to start. Typo and Rookie 5. Where are they at? Typo and Rookie 5, 2 1-0s. Ooh. We might have to go check on that real soon right here. Ooh, Jammer goes 2 straight. Man.
He's not going to be in a good spot once Dash moves.
Yeah, I don't like that, because you can't boost now. I mean, if it was Jake, it would have been a fine move, because you could barrel roll first, then boost. But now, not only is he probably not going to be in range 1 at Dash, but
But he's not going to have a
he might not
shot.
even have a shot on Dash. So yeah, he's
I
just going
don't
to
see a
focus
shot.
evade.
I wonder, for Muon's build, if Wingman would have been a better option for Jan. And fly her really close to Dash.
But then he'd have to cut a point out somewhere else if he were to do that.
Well, doesn't she already have Veteran Instincts? Oh yeah, that's right. That's only a 1-point upgrade.
Yeah.
Well, never mind then.
But Wingman is an awesome card, I agree. I haven't seen it put to great use yet, but I agree that would be... I think that'd be a pretty ideal setup to put it on the Dash. But with Jan, she needs those focuses to help keep her alive. So you need recon there, and then the vet is nice too. Like, I think being able to move last with Jan with that engine upgrade makes a lot of difference of keeping her outside of arc. So I think that's what he was going for with that.
Mm-hmm. I'm just noticing a lot of situations where if Dash didn't have this stress, he'd have so many more options available to him.
Well, I feel like that was the right move with Dash. Or I mean with Jake. He's at least gonna have range 2 or 3 shot there, but those aren't gonna cut it at this point. He's got to get to range 1. And then Jan's still at 4 health. There in support. Dash goes 3 right, yep. Yeah.
So yeah, Gemmer's about to take a beating.
Yep. And no focus or anything for Dash, but still, that HLC...
If Jake is in range, would you shoot Jake or would you go for
I think
Gemmer?
you gotta go with Jake. I mean, I really don't see the point in going at Gemmer if he's got that
he's
evade.
got that, yeah. Unless Tycho presents himself, I'd go for Tycho, but if Tycho's out of range, Jake seems like the better target. It doesn't look like Tycho's going to be in range. So, looks like she, doesn't look like she hit that debris cloud, but she didn't.
Yeah,
She
I
didn't
don't
ditch
think
her
so either, but I
stress.
think that's close enough. Well, they're not even gonna check it, huh? So I guess they're saying no. No shot for Tycho.
She might even be out of. Well, she's not boosting anyway because she's stressed, but
Yeah. Gonna be hard to get him back in close proximity. Well, I guess Dash can probably just one right bank and then boost and should be good. Jan just goes one left bank.
man, it is so hard for me mentally to just see what options Dash has available with his pilot ability. Because just now I'm thinking he's got a right 3 bank to get up next to Jan, but he could just clear his stress and boost and get out of there. It's such a change of pace from other pilots.
Yep.
Man, that is not an ideal shot for Q.
No, but gotta start getting some hits here soon. Got to hope for something here.
Started off strong.
Ooh, do you spend the focus?
That's a tough choice. Because he's got to know that Dash is shooting at him next round.
Yep, he's gonna save it.
Good call.
Now he's kicking himself, but he still gets one.
He's going to kick himself real hard if he doesn't roll any focuses on the defense.
Was thinking about it. I don't know really. I don't really know what you think about it here. I mean, I feel like Jake's a. Oh, and you know what? Jake forgot about Predator again. Man, this must be a rather new build for him.
Yeah, I just realized that too.
And those hurt. That's potential 2 more damage he could have inflicted on. You could have Dash down to 3 instead of 5. I mean, those make a difference. But I don't really know what you're thinking about here if you're Dash. I mean, maybe he's a little bit worried about Jemmer being close to him, but a 4-on-3 when the 3's got a focus evade, yeah. I think you gotta go there. Jake. It's 2.
Alright, good call saving the token.
Yeah.
But he needs to start using Predator.
Yeah. He needs to start getting some hits, is what he needs. Needs them badly. Gonna be hard again, because now Dash, when Dash has got so many things he can do, he could just go 2 straight, and then boost, and then just take himself a target lock on Gemmer if he wants. Get himself a focused target lock HLC shot. I feel like if Jan... Of course, then if he does that, you might not be able to get into range 3 at Jan, and I think that's probably his objective at this point. I feel like maybe we'll see a 1 right bank, then a 1 straight boost, just to try to get back to Jan.
feel like the two straights are more ideal to get away from these A-wings.
Yeah, he would
The
clear
two
more
straight
space,
boost.
but I
I
don't
would
know if
have
we can
Jan.
get to Jan doing
I would have.
that. It'd be close.
I'd have Jan do a left bank, and then boost to try and get closer.
And you are in, at this point, with the Jan HLC, you're in one-shot territory at this point if you're those A-Wings. So you've got to tread carefully. But the big thing, like, again, Dash, the big ship with the ability to barrel boost, you just cannot overstate the amount of ground you can cover. And it's crazy. These A-Wings all have pushed the limit, and they're all just playing catch-up with him. That's how maneuverable this damn thing is with his loadout. I mean, Tycho, again, might not even have a shot. Be like 3 right turns and then boost. He still might not even get a shot. Jake probably will. Jake can just go like a 5 straight and then bank. But even that's going to be at range 2, probably 3. Same with Gemmer. Range 2, I'm thinking.
And if Gemmer 2 turns, I don't think he's going to have much room to boost, and then Jake might crash into him if he does his 5 straight.
I don't think he'll be able to boost either, so you'll probably just see it. Yeah, exactly. So actually, that means Jake will probably just have to 3. Well, he's stressed, so he can only 2 right bank then in that situation.
Or you could go for the 4 straight and then try and barrel roll focus boost.
Yeah. I think here, if you're Gemmer, I think I would evade lock, because I feel like some manner or another, Jake's going to get into range of Dash. And if you're Dash, I think you're going at Jake. So I feel like you're Gemmer, you lock, and give yourself some extra offensive firepower, or at least save it for next turn.
There's no way you're boosting that.
Yeah.
Closer than I thought it was going to be. Man, we got another 1-0 game going down too. PB Poncho and Hohenheim. Everyone playing on Monday night. Look at all these TCO games. We just had another one between, who was that, Luke Rose and who was that? I can't remember.
Luke Rose and Soledin just got done with their game. We got 6 others
Yep, that's a
going on
crash
right
from
now.
Jake Farrell. So Jake's gonna be in a really tough spot without those tokens to help him.
That's brutal.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and like you said, a 4 straight would have cleared that. He could have barrel rolled, boosted right. We got himself a shot, but now, no action at all. Probably not even going to have a shot.
No, I don't even think Gemmer is gonna have a shot if he does
Yeah.
the 1 bank.
Yeah.
One bank boost.
I mean, Dash really, with his array of actions, it's going to
He
be
could do
basically
whatever he
impossible
wants
for
at
him
this
to
point.
not get outside of their arc, really.
Q really set him up for a dead A-wing at this point. Yep, just barrel roll forward right, and Gemmer's gonna be out of range
Yeah.
or out of arc.
And he can throw on a lock, too, if he wants to.
That's what I would do. I would lock Jake. So he did not target lock.
Yeah, I think he was worried that Jake was going to be in range 1. And I was wondering if he was going to do this. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this, because you see this a lot now with these HLC Outrider loadouts, is guys, they'll say, okay, I'm going to check a target lock, and they'll check a guy who's really close to range 1 or 2. And I feel like that's kind of cheap, because if you're that close, I mean, you know, I guess, like, technically it is a legal move, but if you're that close, I mean, do you really think he's, like, outside of your target lock? Like, just be honest, like, really all you're doing is checking to see if he's in range 1 or 2. And, like, in real life, you know, when you say, okay, check target lock, what do? You pick up the range ruler and you just hold it for, like, a half second if it's that close and, like, alright, he's in. You don't sit there and measure out range 1 or 2. So I feel like that's kind of cheating the Vassal mechanic a little bit. I guess it is, like, I don't see how, I don't expect, you know, Grapus or Theorist to make a ruling on that. I just think it's kind of cheap, personally.
Yeah, it's really just a vassal thing
Yeah.
that you can take advantage of.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like you said, in real life, when you're checking a target lock, you just slap the ruler down and check if it's in range 3.
Yeah.
And then that's it. So Tycho's going to do a whole bunch of nothing to dash this round.
Well, it's
With
going to
that
be 2 on
asteroid in the way.
3.
With the
So,
focus.
so he could get a hit here. The question for Dash, ooh, is that going to be through that asteroid at Jake? That's going to be really close. I don't think it will be, actually. I was going to say, maybe you go at Gemmer if it's through the asteroid, but I don't think it is, actually, so.
I
And
feel like
Juan,
even if it's through the asteroid, you got to take the shot on Jake. Less
Yeah.
health and no modifiers.
Yeah. And Juan, he really just does an excellent job with this squad. I played him one time with it, and I thought I would just wreck him, just kill ores quickly, and then leave whatever's rest to focus on Dash, but he's done such a great job of piloting, I think. Like you said, took a bit of a risk turn 1, paid for it in turn 2, but since then, has really done. He's been able to keep Dash and Jan away, particularly Jan. I mean, she's only been shot at like twice the entire game, and you think that Hawk 290 is like, it's so slow, especially when you gotta do nothing but green, but I really feel like he's just done. She hasn't shot much either, but you really don't need her to shoot a whole lot with that dash. Really, you just need her to kind of stay alive, to give him that boost, and then just kind of take your shots when they're available to you.
Yeah, I am quite surprised at how effective it is, him basically only using dash as the offense.
Yeah.
just doing a really good job at staying out of range.
And going into next turn, gonna have...
He's in a better spot than he was last turn.
Yeah, because if you're Jemmy, you're gonna be trailing so hard. You gotta do a 2 right, you figure. Same thing for Jake if he even lives. And then Tycho's staring down that asteroid. So, and again, he's gonna get another shot. There's no way any of those guys can get to range 1, much less 2 or 3, so...
Which way do you go with Dash next turn? Do you go left or right or straight?
I think I'd just go 2 straight and put some distance between them. Because you totally do not care about whether you're shooting at range 2 or 3, so Tycho's gonna shoot. I think you gotta spend that. If he shoots at you through the asteroid, more power, because he's gonna shoot at Jake with 3 health anyway, so...
Well, Tycho's also at 2 health, or 3 health.
Yeah.
So if he spends it, he's basically got the option whether or not Jake's through the asteroid. And then he can pick whoever he thinks is the better target.
Gonna keep it, and he gets... Well, it
So
wouldn't
yeah,
got anything anyway, but...
He's gonna shoot Jake then. You just gotta at this point. Watching Muon play, though, definitely makes me want to use a 2400 more often.
Yeah, it is a pain in the ass to play against. I still feel like, and Q went for it. He had some opportunities. He almost got it off.
That's no rock. That's no rock.
No rock. I still feel like the best way to slow it down is to just try to action deny him. And it's hard to do with certain builds, but I feel like this was a build suited to beat this. When you got 3 A-Wings with push the limit, you've got the ability to stay close, and you've got the ability to bump, awesome bumps too. And you had the right strategy. I don't feel like he executed as well as he could have.
I feel like turn 3 was where Q messed up.
Yeah.
Before that, the entire game was in his favor.
Yeah. He was looking great after turn 1. He had dash down to 5 hole, 1 shield.
That's a dead Jake.
Dead Jake. Well, alright. If you're watching on Twitch, or if you're watching the replay, if you really want to see the ending, I apologize, but I don't see how you come back from here. Tycho's got to go over that asteroid if he's going to have any chance to get a shot at Dash, which means no action. Jemmer is going to be hanging back at range 3. You're going to get another 5 attacked shot. Really, with Dash, you could even just go 2 straight and then just target lock and potentially even just not even stress yourself. I think you still probably will to... Well, Q is saying green dice fit. I don't think so. When you're rolling 5 attack, it's hard to counteract that. He's got some evades. I mean, he hasn't rolled great. I think the dice have been pretty even thus far, but
I feel like he knows it's pretty much done.
Yeah. So we're gonna transfer this. I really want to see Poncho and Hohenheim, so we're gonna go to that. If you're watching, I'm sorry, you can watch the log file later, but we're gonna go ahead and transfer over here to PB Poncho and Hohenheim. We did Hohenheim's. Oh, they were already right into it. Wow, they did not wait around. So
this is pretty easy, Imperials and Rebels.
Yeah.
Just who's who.
What do we got here? We got... Oh, yes.
So it looks like Poncho is Imperials.
Yes, Hohenheim. Oh. I believe I did both of these games, actually. Well, the round 1 pairings aren't up. No shot, so flip Vesseray. Utala 2. So, yeah, Poncho is Rebel, and he played a really good game against Veldrin. They had a really good game. He got a lot of lucky hits. It was a great game all around, but I got to watch that one in round 1. That was a great game. And now Look in here, well, who's shooting Vesseray? So that means Tala 3's still going to have a shot, and he's going to have a shot on a Cloaked Echo, but he's got a lock. And Blount gets to shoot first. So Echo's going to have to dodge 2 range 1 attacks here. It's going to be all... Oh, and there's 3 natural hits.
And 2 evades. That's a dead Echo.
And Echo is dead. Ooh. Well, you're in some trouble now, to say the least, if you're Hohenheim. Your shuttle's already banged up. You still got Vesseray who's full of health, but let's see what he's running on this shuttle here. He's got anything? Just Vader. And Vader, I mean, you really don't give a crap.
It's really gonna help against the Z's, though. I feel more than anything with their minimal hull.
But at the same time, you want Vader to, like, you want to use him on, like, super valuable ships. Like, you know, like Whispers for Sunter Fell. Like, if you're killing yourself off for 2 just to put 1 on a crappy little Tala worth 13 points, like, what the hell do you care about that if you take 1 crit?
True. I'm strictly Rebels, so the Doom Shuttle tactics are not, you know, familiar to me.
Well, there is the advantage too, like you said, is that they're so low health. You do have that advantage to just finish them off if they get down to 1. Like, for example, you Kraken right there, but I feel like it's put to better use going against, like, ships that are worth a lot of, like Jan Ors in the last game, for example. That's when you want to do it.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like Kraken's the only one who's taken some hits.
Yeah. And you'll probably see him get finished off next turn, but you're gonna be staring down the barrel of the gun. Gonna have... Oh, but the shuttle gets... Who'd the shuttle shoot at? Tala 2?
Yep, Tala 2. So is now a good time to use Vader, do you think?
I would use Vader in that situation. I think I would.
You'd definitely do it if you got him down to 1. But 2,
Vader.
Yep, he's gonna Vader.
Now you just pray for a direct hit in this situation. Ooh,
Stunned
pilot. Well, he'll take that, actually.
Yeah, that's a pretty good crit for the position the shuttle's in.
Because now he's either got a... Well, you know, he could 3 K-turn. That'd be an interesting move. It'd be a gamble, but...
If I were the shuttle, I'd stall right here, though.
But exactly, the shuttle might stall, though, so... Now, you're in
So then 2 turns are really the only option. 2 turns or 1 straight, and those are both gambles.
Yeah. I think the shuttle will stall, actually. Because if you 1 right bank, you're going to lose your action anyway. And that shuttle's probably dead this turn as well, so...
And then if you stall out, Kraken's probably going to jump right into your firing arc.
Yeah. But the thing is, he probably won't live to be able to shoot again. I think Blount and Tala 3 are going to finish him off. Well, let's see what ordnance he's got. I think he's expended. No, he's still got some ordnance left. Tala 1. Well, he's not going to have a shot, so that's really of no consequence.
Tala 3 has some clusters.
Has the clusters. So I think you'll probably see the end of the shuttle this next turn. I don't think it's going to get a chance to fire back. Yeah, these are those turns where you're just trying to outguess your opponent. If you're the Doom Shuttle, do you 1 right bank or do you stall? And that's why the shuttle's so fun to fly, because that stall can really throw people for a loop sometimes because they just don't expect to see it. Guys who aren't used to playing against it, sometimes they just forget altogether that it has that on its dial.
It's also when they don't stall that surprises you sometimes.
Yeah. Kraken will get to shoot, though, so gonna get at least one more shot off before. And he'll get to swarm someone, too. That probably won't matter too much. I don't think he's gonna go hard for Vesseray, but...
Vessery could potentially finish off that Tala if it's not swarmed before he gets to shoot.
Yeah, if it doesn't die from the stunned pilot, I think that's probably what you'll see. Not really a fan of that outmaneuver on Vesseray. I was talking to Hujo about it, and he says he thinks it's good because of the white K turn, but I feel like outmaneuver is best used on your flankers.
Yeah, I agree. Outmaneuver on the defender is not my go-to.
I think Predator would be. I'd probably go with that instead.
Yeah, but Predator on Vessery kind of negates his pilot ability.
No, that's true.
It's like I find it hard to put Predator on Han Solo. I'd rather put Veteran Instincts.
Yeah, it's pretty redundant to put it on Han. Well, you got to give it up to PB taking out Echo so soon in the game. It's hard to do it when you don't have that 360 arc, and you took him.
It's hard to do it with Z95s.
Yeah, he only got one shot off, and you finished him. So good job of piloting right there. Sounded like, from what Hujo was saying, what did he say?
He wasn't expecting the bump.
Yeah. Those will kill you with those whispers. Wow, and we have Sinclair and Kickin' Aces. Another 1-0 matchup going on. They're just getting started, looks like. Wow.
I guess Monday night's the night for Team Covenant matches.
I guess. This is more games than we had Friday and Saturday night combined. Well, anyone watching, if you'd rather see us go somewhere else, go ahead. I think, depending on how this round goes, we might go check out something else. Anyway, it's hard to imagine even 3 Talas losing to Vesseray. What is going on? Felix, what are you doing? Spamming the chat. Wow, look at the viewing party. We got 21 people in this game.
That's crazy.
Alright, guys. My friend is messaging me about my fantasy team. I gotta check this real quick. Oh my god, Brady. What are you doing? 17-0? Holy shit. Alright. I think we'll stick around for this and then Typo and Rookie. Man, I want to see that one too, though. Oh, they're taking forever with their dials. Oh, wait, one more turn, then we'll go check up on it. Oh my god, alright. Nope. I think they're just about to place. Yeah, here we go. Man.
It's whether or not he wants to kill that Tala or not.
Yeah, and it's interesting. That's the one they're both thinking about. Isn't that funny when that happens when you play something? And you're like, oh, I take it back, hold on. You think he's doing the other one, you go back and forth.
Yeah.
You have no idea what he's doing. Alright, well, we're gonna find out right here.
He's either 2 turning to the right or he's gonna 3K and go for it. That's my thought. Or maybe a 3 right turn.
The shuttle bumps.
This is gonna be interesting. If only bumping was this easy in real life. Being able to set those straight templates down underneath it so easily. Oh, that's a dead Tala.
Well, that's really big if you're Hujo, because now not only can Vesseray potentially finish off Kraken, and now the other thing is what was Kraken gonna do? Because if Kraken was going like a 2 left bank to try to clear that stress, not only is that gonna bump, but he's probably not gonna have a shot in Vesseray. And Vesseray's got the barrel roll too, if he wants to try to dodge that arc. And he's also, if he's outside his arc, he's also got outmaneuver, so you're probably going to see Kraken dead. And then we might have a game, because the Tala's going to have to all shoot. I still don't know. I think that shuttle's going down no matter what. It's going to be interesting if Blount's got a shot, though. But those cluster missiles against him, those are going to hurt big.
Who's got the cluster missiles? Is that Tala
3?
Alright, yeah, that's gonna hurt. But if he wasn't expecting that shuttle to move, there's a possibility Kraken's gonna bump right into him.
Yeah, exactly.
Possibly Blount too, or just whiz right past him. You're hoping for a bump right here. No. Focus.
Ooh.
That's not what I was expecting at all.
That's a gamble. He must be thinking that Kraken's going to have some sort of a shot and he's going to be able to give him a lock.
I feel like at that point you gamble, you take a lock and gamble Kraken giving you a focus.
Yeah, I agree, but he must be like supremely confident the Kraken's gonna get a shot anyway, because otherwise I can't imagine why else he would do that. Ooh, and Blount doesn't bump either. Well, I think that's gonna be all she wrote for the shuttle. I don't think it's gonna get a return shot. Yeah, Blount, Kraken must be bumping Blount. Yeah.
No. Looks like he's gonna.
I don't think that'll clear to the other side. I think he's gonna
Yeah,
bump
it's
right
gonna.
there.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he made the right call with the focus, but I still would have taken the
Yeah,
lock.
I agree. But, you know, I feel like that's a pretty expert play actually. I feel like Kiwi's got a lot of experience running this list. It's kind of unconventional. You don't really see too many lists like decked out with all ordnance, but the reason I believe he did that is because he's thinking if Blount and Kraken can kill the Omicron, or let's say if Kraken gets a big hit on here, he's gonna put faith in Blount to be able to finish him off, and then Atala can just lock Vesseray. But at the same time, those cluster missiles are only range 1 or 2, so he's not gonna be able to unload them on Vesseray this turn at least.
Next turn, though, if that shuttle goes down, Vessery's going to be in quite a pinch.
Yeah, he really is.
He's going to be cornered, really.
Because he's got initiative, so he's not going to be able to K-turn. You're probably just going to see like a 1 right bank or maybe a 2 straight.
And Blount will probably K-turn behind him, and those 2 Talos are going to sandwich him in.
Yeah, your only hope there with Vesseray is that you can cause one of those ships to bump. He's only going to get 2 shots on you.
What's Kraken's crit? Blinded pilot. I wonder if he's spent that yet.
Oh, he didn't. Ooh. So, probably going to see that Tala unload those clusters on the shuttle then. But now the question is...
Oh, he handed the target lock to Blount.
He's going to give it to Blount. Hmm.
That's different.
Guess
I wonder if he's
play
just
it
trying to
safe.
save it for Vessery next turn.
Yeah, I think he's just going to play it safe and make sure he finishes off that shuttle. Well, oh, he swarmed Tala, sorry. Yeah. Gets 2 hits. Focus. 2 hits.
He could have, if he swarmed that Tala, he could have handed the target lock to him.
Yeah.
Probably taken out that shuttle and then had Blount do some damage at Vessery, probably strip his focus at the least.
Can't imagine Kraken dodging this. A focus, target locked 3-on-1.
With that target lock. He's gonna have to whiff twice.
Yep, and that'll do it. And he doesn't even need to spend the focus either. He's gonna reroll it just for the hell of it. I don't see why you need to, but whatever.
Oh yeah, so he was rolling one evade with that outmaneuver.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to be a close one. Because there's a possibility Blount's not going to kill that shuttle.
He'd have to get really lucky because it's going to be a 3-on-1, and the attack's going to have focused target lock, and then one's going to be completely unmodified. I think the odds would say more times than not he's going down here.
Yeah, I agree, but the possibility, if that shuttle somehow lives this turn, then one of those Z95s is probably going to get hurt real bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a dead shuttle.
That would have been big if he had survived, but now I think the odds are a little bit in.
So I wonder if it was worth it for him to save the clusters.
Yeah, and it's going to be, he needs to get those off, and if you're Hujo, your objective is to try to kill it before it does, but that's going to be so hard to do. I don't know what you do in this spot.
And I think Blount has swarm tactics, so even if he kills that Tala, it's gonna get to shoot before it dies, if it has a shot.
No, Kraken was the one with swarm.
Oh no, that's right, he had Deadeye.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But even Tala 1 has still got homing missiles too. So you're in a bad spot here if you're, I don't see how you can dodge. I think, man, maybe you just go like a 2 right bank or a 3 forward to just ensure, try to make Tala 3 bump you so it can't shoot. I think that's your best bet. Maybe you go 2 right bank and then barrel roll and hope it just goes 1 forward and you can dodge it.
So he's not gonna be getting his instant target locks for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a disadvantage.
What do you do if you're Tala 3? I think you actually might see that Tala 3 just go forward 2 and then lock and then save it. It's probably not going to get a shot, but then just keep it for next turn, K turn, and then it'll have it whenever it needs it.
Maybe even a 2 bank just to get out of the way and set up for a good K turn the next round.
Gonna go 1. Gonna go for the hit.
Maybe with Tala 3, a 3 or 4 straight would have been best. Grab that target lock and hope Vessery bumps into you.
Yeah. Even a 2 straight might have done that because Vessery can't 1 straight. All I can do is 1 bank for 2 straight.
Oh, it doesn't have a 1 straight?
No.
Well, there's me proving the fact that I'm a Rebel player.
Two right from Tall 1, and he's gonna lock. Ooh, but is the homing, is that range 2 or 3 only?
I think it's range 2 to 3. I could check. I'll check right now.
It is 2 to 3 only. Ooh, and that is not 2 to 3. That is range 1. Ooh, and a nice K turn by Blount. Well, I think you still take that if you're PB though, because you're not gonna be able to get all your ordnance off, but you're gonna get 3 range 1 shots. And again, only one of them is gonna be modified, so yeah, you gotta do some dodging here for Vesseray. He's gonna be able to do that white K turn next turn though. Ooh, that hurts bad.
That is not good.
How do you even spend it? He does not. Only gets one. He'll take that, I suppose. Save your focus and still deal one. I guess he'll take that. After all. Now you gotta do some dodging, though.
I feel like it's in Talawan's best interest to save that target lock.
Yeah. Save it. But it can't 3k turn next turn, though, so... Blunt gets one. Unless I think you might as well spend it now. I think so. He's gonna take it. I don't know about that. It's hard to roll 2 eyeballs when you're just rolling 3 dice. It doesn't happen very often. Crit and a hit. Ooh, 2 evades. Two more hits. Not gonna spend the lock. Oh, and 2 evades again. Well, you got some dice there if you're Hohenheim. You're kicking yourself for not spending that focus. Yeah. I really don't think the odds of rolling 2 eyeballs are really low when you've only got 3 dice. I mean, considering when you have 4 dice, you've only got a 25% chance of even rolling 1. So I don't like that move. But he's in a decent spot now because there's really nothing that Talawan can do to get a shot this turn. Just gotta like bank right. Blount will have a shot. Natala 3. Ooh, I don't think that's gonna be able to get a shot either unless it K turns.
Yeah, and a 3K is probably not going to make that.
No.
I wonder if it's worth risking. Because either way, next round, he's probably not shooting at Vessery.
Tala 1?
The one with homing missiles, yeah.
Yeah. I don't even think Tala 2 will get a or Tala 3 will get a shot unless... I don't think it will. Because if it goes 2 or 3 left, I feel like if Vessery K turns...
Yeah, he's going to go right behind it.
Yeah, even if that doesn't get him out, though, he can still barrel roll right to avoid a shot. So... I'll be right back. I'll let me cut out.
So I don't know if he's gonna 4K from this chat.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it, but I think you've gotta. Like,
Because if you 4K, Blount's probably gonna be the only one shooting you.
exactly. I mean, it's a
Wonder if
white
he's gonna
move.
try
I think you got a 4K.
yeah, it's the
Yeah.
obvious choice.
The Tala 3 is not going for anything. Probably just gonna lock and store it. Natala 1 doing a 3 right turn. Ugh.
That's nasty.
Why would you go for that? Why wouldn't you just bank right?
Maybe he was hoping that he would get out of arc somehow. Because I'm pretty sure if you're Vessery right now, he's your target.
Yeah, but Blount's gonna be at range 1, I think, so... Whereas that'll be close, but I think that would be a range... Well, I get that. I don't think it's worth the risk, though. Even though Vesseray doesn't get to activate his ability for the rest of the game, those defenders late game are so dangerous because they can just... You get into that K-turn thing and you're doing a red and then a green, he can just do white, white, white the whole time. Okay, turn.
And Blount's doing a 2-bank.
But now, who do you go for if you're Vesseray? Range 1 on Blount or range 2 on the Tala with still got the Ordnance?
Well, you're not killing Blount right now, but you could shoot him and go for another 4K and try and finish him off. But that Ordnance is probably going to go off next round if he doesn't kill that Tala.
He's gonna go for it. Gonna need some luck here, though. He's not gonna get it. But he probably will be able to finish it off next round. I think you'll probably see him do a 2 right bank. Go for the kill.
But he's moving first, and that 2 right bank's probably going to hit Blount.
It would be close. What could he do, though, that wouldn't clear? That wouldn't bump? I guess he goes 3, because that Tala would be gone. Blount gets 2. Oh, 2 evades again.
Man.
Well, Hohenheim's complaining about the dice, but he's been rolling some freaking greens with Vesseray from what we've seen so far, I feel like. And you got 2 dodges there.
In my experience, defenders are harder to kill than phantoms. Every defender I've ever played or ever seen play has rolled the best green dice ever.
Yeah, last turn he got evade, blank, focus, focus, evade, 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 blank. And then he just got evaded, blank, evade. So maybe he's not getting maximum on his red dice, but he's getting pretty good green. So granted, we didn't see the first half of the game, but I feel like from what we have seen, he's been getting some decent rolls. Been pretty fair,
At least with the Vessery.
So with you're the Tala 1, now what do you do? Do you just go 4 straight and focus? And try to live and go back at Vesseray when he has to try to go back for one of these guys? I think I might do that. Because you got to imagine Vesseray's going for him. Because Tala 1's got the homing. And if he K-turns, unless he guesses that the Tala does go forward, and then he K-turns, then that would be a brilliant move, but that'd be a gamble. You got to get at least one of those ordnances off, because going 2 against 3, that's hard to take down those defenders.
Yeah, it's really hard.
2 red against 3 green. It's pretty even.
And if you do get anything through, it's going to be a hit here and a hit there, and it'll be a few turns before you start seeing hull damage.
Whereas those ordnance can counteract that, and they can give you some... You don't even need to spend that lock, so you shoot it, and then you still get to reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're set. No, we changed his mind. Getting a lot of that this game.
Whenever you change those dials, every time it works, you feel good, but when it doesn't,
yep,
it sucks.
I kept it. Well, EK turns.
I feel like that was the obvious choice.
Ooh, he doesn't go for the K turn. Wow.
I would have gone for it. I think it would have cleared.
I think it would have too. I'm really surprised at that. Ooh, and that's gonna hurt. Good move by Hujo, though. I didn't feel like a 3 right turn would give him a shot. The Tala K turn, but clearly he's got one.
Well, hopefully he kills that thing. Otherwise, he's about to eat some ordnance.
Gotta imagine he does. He's got a 3-on-2 with a focus. Gonna be hard for the Tala to dodge here. God, I can't believe that other Tala didn't K-turn though. Well, that's 2 hits if he focuses. Got it. Yep, he's gonna. Need 2 for 2 right here, or he's done. Gonna say a little prayer first. Oh,
no.
Almost. Well.
I feel like this game's in Vesseray's hands right now.
Yeah, after we got that shuttle, it was looking pretty good. But now, I think you gotta say Vesseray is in the driver's seat. Even with that Tala having a lock and the cluster missiles left.
That Tala's not shooting for a few rounds, at least with those cluster missiles.
Well, he gets one there. He needed that. Needed that if you're PB. But the only thing about the defender now, I don't think he can 4K turn here. So he's got to go left. And the only left turn for the defender is the 3 that's white. The 1 and the 2 are red. And the 3... Ooh, would that give him a shot? That would be really close. If the Tala K turns, that is. Which, I can't imagine it won't. But you're in decent position if you're Blount here, because you know he's just doing a 2 right bank, and then he's going to be able to lock Vesseray. I still think I think you got a 3 left turn if you're Vesseray, because you can 3 left turn. Then if you don't have a shot, you can still barrel roll. I'd be amazed if the Tala did anything other than K-turn. But yeah, that tall is going to have a time getting off those clusters, because if it K-turns here, it's going to take probably a 3-on-3. Maybe take 1 or 2 shields, and then they're going to get in close again, potentially a range 1 shot, and it'd have to survive that too before getting off its clusters. But Blount's going to be hammering away. Blount's got to figure he's going to get probably 1 more damage this turn, and he's going to be able to focus or target lock going 2-on-3. But if it comes down to just even Vesseray at 1 health, I don't know. What do you guys on Twitch think? Would you rather have a 1 health Vesseray with initiative or a full health Blount? That white K-turn, so deadly 1-on-1. Ooh, he does a 1 left bank. Wow. I don't think I agree with that. I feel like because now he's got to turn. I guess he could do a 1 left bank and probably get a shot on the tall actually, but he's not going to get one this turn. I felt like a 3 left turn probably would have gotten him a shot on the tall, at least after he barrel rolled.
I guess he's setting up for a joust with a Blount.
Yeah, but if you set up for the joust, you're leaving that tall all alone and going to give it a great chance to close with the clusters. I felt like you wanted to go for that.
That's what I would have done.
I think you got to focus here. Thinking about it. Why would you want to barrel roll? He must be thinking Blount's going straight, but there's no way a barrel roll. Actually, it'd be close, but
there's potential he's flying off the board if he's going.
Yeah, it'd be really close, but I'd be very surprised if Blount did not do a 2 right bank. I think that'd be kind of silly. PB's telling him to go for it.
I feel like if your opponent tells you to do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
I disagree with anything but a barrel roll, or anything but a focus at this point. He could try target lock and save it for next round, but
yeah,
you got to play the defensive game at this point, especially when you don't even have a shot.
But the thing is, if Blount goes like 1 straight, Blount's not gonna have a shot anyway. So if you barrel roll right, like that really doesn't serve any purpose, because either you think he's going straight, and if he goes straight, I think he's gonna be outside of Blount's arc anyway. So I think you just focus.
I don't know what he's thinking. That's not clear on that edge. Nah. Vesseray's going off if he tries to barrel roll. I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah. I don't think that would clear. That's just... I mean, I think most guys would agree. Oh my god, is he gonna go for it? No way.
Well, that's game.
Oh, he
What?
makes it! No way. I still think that was not the right move. Even after knowing it's gonna clear, because I still think Blount's doing a 2-right bank, but...
Honestly, though, if he does a 2-right bank, he might be just out of arc.
You know, you might be right, but it's gonna be close. That is so ridiculous. That's pretty much the closest I've ever seen someone go on the come to going off the edge on Vassal and not do it.
I know. That's... I did not think that anyone would have ever gone for that.
Oh, I
That's
think
gonna be
Blount's got
so
a shot.
close. Yeah, I think so too. It's gonna be close though. If he doesn't have a shot, I wouldn't be surprised. If he does have a shot, I won't be surprised. Oh man. Oh god.
Oh my lord.
That looks like it's just in.
Yeah. I would say that's in by a... It looks like the
By a
white's
pixel.
in.
Yep, I agree.
I would say it's in by a pixel.
Yeah. Oh man. That's bad for Hugo.
Gets 1, gets 2. Gonna get 1.
So, good thing he's not regretting not taking a focus.
Yeah. I guess you can always just say that. Well, if I would have focused. So now what do you do if you're Vess? Because,
You 4K.
yeah, because there's no way that Tala can close the distance to get at least cluster missiles. It might get a range 3 shot, but the only thing is, though, next turn, then the turn after, then the Tala can potentially get into range 2 for the clusters, and then you're in some trouble. But yeah, I think you got a 4K here, too.
I mean, you could try the 1 turn and hope that Blount overshoots you.
I think anything other than a 1 straight from Blount would just be silly. Because really, if you're Blount, you're kind of just buying time, letting that Tala catch up.
Yeah.
They are thinking about it. Alright. I'm gonna go check. Rookie. Oh, they locked it. Rookie and Typo locked their room. Wow. Aces and Sinclair. Let's check out on them. Real quick, like. Ooh, wow, and they are into it. And we've got a shuttle with an intelligence agent, Crassus with HLC, Echo with just Vet, and ACD. Interesting. And then we got 3 blues with advanced sensors and 2 bandits.